Hey everyone, today I've got your Chappie movie review. In the future, there are robots made to serve humans. Now, one robot will change all that by being allowed to make his own choices, and things just get crazy from there. So as far as the story goes, this movie is directed by Neill Blomkamp, who directs yet another sci-fi flick after directing District 9, which was a good movie. And then he was sort of a part of Elysium, which was another sci-fi movie. And now he's directing Chappie, which I was really looking forward to seeing because it's all about this robot who was this refurbished police robot. And now he's reprogrammed to basically think for himself, and he has to be taught basically from the ground up, baby steps. And as that one albino girl says in the movie, he's just a kid. And that's basically how he is. But sometimes he doesn't act like a kid. He acts like just like this gangster robot because he was being taught some naughty things and taught to do some bad things for this group of people. And it's kind of sad to see him go down that road, but deep down, that in his robot heart, he is a good robot, and he should know right from wrong. It just having to have that and, protect that with the robot, I thought that was a really nice thing to see in this movie. And I really did like the story behind it because I just loved how he was being taught how to read, and he was really impressive and paints and stuff, so he's doing all these really cool things. And you have to remember that he's still like a young robot, but he's learning really quick. Give it up to those humans who actually wanted to be nice to him, but not to the ones who were just using him for their own selfish purposes. This has a really big cast of well-known actors. You've got Dev Patel, who's like the genius behind making the robot, and he's supposed to be Chappie's friend and just being there for him and his creator. So basically, he will get mad when anybody tries to stand in his way and try to take his creative integrity away from him. Speaking of which, is obviously going to be from Hugh Jackman, or as I'd like to call him, Hugh Jackass. He was just... when I knew that he was going to be in this movie, I was like, okay, he seems like he's going to be, a good, decent bad guy in this movie. That he's the main protagonist in this movie, and he just was so mean, and he was up to no good, and he was just jealous, and he wanted things to go his way, and he wanted to be the one to get a gold star at the end of the day, especially by Sigourney Weaver, who's in this movie, who's in another sci-fi movie, which I thought was really cool. Even though her role was very small, the role that she did have in this movie showed that she was on the side of the humans and not on the side of the robots, because clearly robots didn't have a choice to do what they wanted to do in this movie, except for Chappie. And you've got Sharlto Copley, who obviously was re-teaming up with Neill Blomkamp since District 9 to play the voice of Chappie. Now, I don't know if he did any motion capture or something to create the movements. I don't know how that all went down, but I just thought it looked so cool, so humanistic, and it was just really cool to see him return, have the voice as Chappie, and having Chappie say some good things, some bad things, just making him seem more human. I thought he really nailed it on that aspect alone. So the things that I did like about this movie, I really liked the human relationship with Chappie and how they all were really hoping that he can have all of these different abilities and do all these things. They were really nice to him. Some of them weren't so nice to him, making him do things that he shouldn't have been doing, and I was just like, seriously? That had to happen. But technically, I didn't want to see it happen. This movie was, it was really well paced. I loved the slight action in this movie. There should have been more, but I really liked how they made it more of a human robot story than more of an action flick. Even though there were some really nice gun blazing fights and having other big giant robots coming at the people, the humans. They didn't end up having like an iRobot scenario where all these like robots are attacking this one robot who's sort of the outcast or the black sheep. As I mentioned in this movie, obviously the things that I disliked about this movie was Hugh Jackass. He was just not a good person in this movie. I just found his acting to be really annoying, and maybe they should have cast somebody else, but I guess he played off his part pretty well for being this like guy who's just up to no good. I felt like this movie didn't feel completely sci-fi. I wish they had more, like I said, I wish they had more action-y scenes. Not that they needed turn it all like Transformers like, but it would have been nice to see because it seemed like it wasn't a Neill Blomkamp movie, so it was very raw and edgy without all of the action business. Overall, I would say that Chappie was a pretty decent film. I wouldn't say it was like the best film I've ever seen, especially from Neill Blomkamp. He should have done a little bit better. I was just really hoping that this movie would turn out to be great, but I guess I was proven wrong. But I still love Chappie. I would love to have a Chappie robot like in my house, like following me around, and I would teach him things. It would just be really cool. I would recommend checking out seeing this movie, whether or not you're a fan of Neill Blomkamp's previous films or you just like sci-fi in general. Go see this, and I would give this 3.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of Chappie. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates. Come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.